I'll see you in my next video.
If you look at a map of Japan, the country is pretty much divided in half by a huge sprawling mountain range that goes right down the middle between Tokyo and Kyoto. And for hundreds of years, there were only 5 routes that you could take to make that journey possible from east to west. One of them went straight the way through the mountains, and that is the one we're going to explore on this trip, the Nakasendo Trail. And it is absolutely stunning.
Every year, thousands of hikers come here to Nagano to
here.
trek the mountainous Nakasendo Trail, a breathtaking journey that takes around 5 days on average. However, given we've got just 2 nights, we're going to cheat a little bit and take the car through 3 stunning villages of Narajuku, Magome and Sumagon. On our journey, we'll stay in a beautiful traditional home, complete with a hot spring, taste some unusual local delicacies, including a certain meat that might be an acquired taste, and explore streets so quaint and picturesque they look straight out of a Hayao Miyazaki movie.
Just have water.
For a trip down the Nakasendo Trail is a trip back in time. Well, almost.
Okay.
Something about the wooden buildings that really just help you relax and unwind. One criticism I have about this street, about Narajuku though, is this. 3, 2, 1. A car. Every 5 seconds, a car comes down the street, ruins the atmosphere, and makes me very angry.
Wow, that
Honestly, it's
has
just
a
a real
lot of
shame. It
trees
does
on
ruin
it.
the atmosphere. Joining us on this romantic trip is Charlotte.
Hi.
And to a lesser extent, Ryotaro.
Even more romantic than...
He's so excited, he can't even string a sentence together.
Normally, this kind of Shukubawachi, the little town, the traditional town, has got many restaurants and shops, and they do. But what's so special about this place is that people actually still live on these places.
So it doesn't feel like a fake kind of theme
No.
park.
It's not really
still lived in town.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the atmosphere of this town is so damn beautiful. Surrounded by mountains on all sides, right? Colours of the leaves, mountains around.
Yeah.
Got the morning mist over the mountains as well. So one thing worth mentioning is, while it's not fun shooting in the rain, ever, it's actually a lot more beautiful, these sort of towns in the rain, because the rain darkens the wood and creates the most amazing colour contrasts. And yeah, it's actually a really nice time to come, in the same way that Tokyo
That
looks
looks
nicer
really cold
shooting in the rain as well.
Angry face, but it's beautiful.
On the surface, the 500-kilometre-long Nakasendo Trail appears to be a route designed to facilitate travel between East and West Japan. But originally, there was also a slightly more sinister political motive underpinning the mountain route's importance. When the Tokugawa shogunate took over Japan in the 17th century, to keep control over the many daimyo feudal lords who ruled the country, the shogunate instigated a policy called Sankin Kotai, where every 2 years the lords would need to travel to Edo, modern-day Tokyo, for 6 to 12 months of the year. The policy cost the daimyo 25% of their yearly income, as they traversed the route with their entourage, spending money and resources that deprived them of the ability to raise an army to potentially overthrow the Tokugawa shogunate. Meanwhile, their heirs would be forced to stay in Edo almost as hostages as a further preventative measure against potential conflict. The constant travel of the many daimyo lords ensured the economic prosperity of the Nakasendo Trail for over 2 centuries, and today the lavish architecture remains, as evidenced by the impressive guest houses along the route, which of course includes John Lennon's favourite ice cream shop.
So here's the sad truth. The only reason we came to Narajuku, right, wasn't the culture, wasn't the architecture. It was this place, right? This place claims to have John Lennon's favourite ice cream.
Cold royal sweet vanilla soft cream.
It's what he would have wanted. It's what he loved. Did he come here or something?
I don't know.
There's nothing else. They just say John Lennon loved it. They don't back it up. They don't have photos. They might just be making it up.
Well,
But
he always says, John Lennon said, I've
John
never
Lennon
heard
said.
vanilla ice creams like this before. That's what he said.
I had
Exploring the
vanilla from Tiny
Nakasendo
Cone
Trail while
once, and it was
gazing
just
upon
pure
John
sugar
Lennon's
with a
favourite
tiny
ice cream
amount of
is
vanilla
hungry
in it.
business, and so we head inside a local soba shop to try our first dish of the journey.
So, both Ryotaro and I have soba. I've got skimmy soba, right?
With soup.
With soup and a raw egg. And so you have a raw egg, you sort of mix it in, right? Like so. And you got
Zarusoba.
Zarusoba.
Like dipping.
dipping
soba.
So I like to call it effort soba. So dip it over and over, loads of effort. Get a soup, job done.
And now I think we're coming to the slurping competition right now.
I mean, I can't beat you. I think we all know that.
And we have a winner.
Yeah, we got a winner.
Oh, so nice. When you slurp, that soup actually comes with the noodle. That's what it makes it
All
good.
right, here we go.
Here we go.
3, 2,
Here we
1.
go.
M&M ramen looks
I'm choking to
tasty.
death. This is really good though. The egg has kind of made the soup kind of frothy and actually kind of light and fluffy. But we also have these, which are
Oh yeah.
local to this area, right?
This is sesame.
Sesame.
It's like walnut miso.
All right. I'm gonna go with sesame.
Let's try it.
Very thick.
Yeah.
Very heavy. Oh, almost like a dessert though, with the sweetness of the sesame.
I'll ruin a comment by my slurp.
How's your wife put up with you?
That's my slurp.
These Japanese people are so weird, they talk so funny.
I have no comment. No.
Do it.
Feeling somewhat traumatized after our lunch with Mr. Slurpee,
Oh God.
we make our way over to the 200-year-old inn, Byakunarai, a beautiful ryokan we're lucky to stay in tonight. Thankfully, in 2 separate rooms as well.
What I love about this ryokan that Ryotaro's found is it's right on the street, but it's hidden behind a wall. And you come behind the wall, and all of a sudden you've got like this majestic garden, hidden garden.
huge.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to go back this far. It's just endless. And it's so pretty. It's so well renovated.
I've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what our rooms look like. And
Peasant.
peasant, what? Come on in.
Oh my god.
It's very dark in here. The walls are painted black. A Rolling Stones song.
Darkness. You're turning to darkness side.
But it's quite a contemporary kind of design, right?
Yes, and it's got contemporary, but at least there's some analog parts.
Yeah, I mean, there is a record player. It took me half an hour to find it. It's tucked away.
So did you play it?
You bet I didn't. Over here we have some nice coffee cups.
Oh, it looks
Yeah,
like he's
Leonardo
playing with a
Barshiki.
record player.
Yeah, fan, yeah. And
Also, that
coffee.
mustache
So you
looks
can
like the
literally
one from
grind
Matt
your own
Groening's
coffee.
Futurama series.
Did you eat it?
Well, I did already.
Really?
I grinded everything. Yeah.
Oh, good man. They also come with the one that you just pour straight out of a bag. So I use that one because I'm lazy.
Tell me what you like. So you can't use this. You don't use this before.
I'll probably screw it up. And the ashes of my enemies. What is this? Oh, it's tea.
It's a tea. It's a tea. It's a tea.
Concentration.
Oh, Mr. British. Would you like some,
Mr. British.
Mr. British? Would you like some cup of coffee instead of cup of tea?
God, absolutely. Yes, sir. So this is the second
Well, I guess
floor,
they're
and
making
again, all
that
the
guy
walls
sleep
are
on the
black, So
floor.
it kind of feels very cozy. It really helps punctuate the light, right? So you have the shoulder sliding doors there,
Yeah.
and it makes it all the more striking for the contrast, right? And the white sheets on the bed.
And everything's like in black and white.
And then with the bathroom with just a regular sized bath in there, but you can see the park with the nice wooden bridge that we saw earlier.
You're going to take a look at my bath and it'll be amazing.
Oh, here we go. Come on then, let's look at Ryotaro's bath and his room.
This is my room.
This looks like a temple or something. It's like,
Well, used to be storage, I guess.
well, yeah, it's got like the vault doors on it, right?
Exactly. It's to store
Wait,
like
what?
the food and everything like it used to.
Throw them in it and seal the doors. That's what I say. Like the Mummy Returns. Go on then. Oh, very cozy.
It is. It is.
It's so different to our room. Like we've got the modern sort of black walls here. The walls are sort of exposed, actually.
Yeah,
The wood
exposed.
beams
This is like a soil walls, I guess.
Yeah, soil
and the
walls.
earth walls. I don't know what
Right.
to call it, but it's so different. Yeah.
are so different.
Yeah.
Just different, isn't it?
Welcome to the main dish of this room.
The main dish.
Yeah, this is a separate shower, which is not that important, but
Oh, very nice.
this is
What?
the actual
Yeah, that is
outside
different.
bath.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That's really nice, yeah.
So,
Here you go.
but what they did was they actually give you some like hinoki wood and to put that into the water that like you can actually smell when you go into the water.
Smells so good.
Yeah.
This is it. It's just
Wow,
Ryota
that
and I
must have been a
smelling some
long
wood.
walk
in a
to
room.
get there.
That's what this video is all about.
But there's one thing that your room is better.
Better people.
No. You're right. The stairs. Ours
You're
is
right.
wooden. Japanese old houses tend to have this really steep stairs and distance
Such a
too.
health hazard.
Yeah. And here's a bedroom.
Oh, nice.
A nice bed. I mean, about the same size as your room, I guess, was.
That door looks pretty terrifying.
Yes. Well, obviously, this is like it's like almost like a cage that no one could come in and steal what was in the storage.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I think all of
It
this
feels
is
less
fake,
like
but
an
still pretty
accommodation, more
cool.
like a safe at this point. It's like one big safe.
So, what do you think of the room?
I think, well, I prefer your bath, and I actually prefer the building. This is such a cool building.
This is like
Our room is more practical and more cosy and pleasant. Like in the winter months, I think this would be a little bit too intense.
you praised like your room with the 3 words, and you praised my room only with 1 word: bathroom.
Oh no,
Very
he
true.
did not just
Which
call
do you
that
think's
room a
best, though? Which one
prison.
would you like to stay in the most?
I'm
Let us
not
know in
even
the
going to
comments.
watch this
My
anymore.
room, of course.
So those are the amazing rooms, and now we're off for dinner. And you mentioned there was some sort of unique meat at this meal.
Very local.
Very local.
You never say. Oh, you might see once, but anyway.
Very worrying. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Down the ladder of peril. Oh, not scary. Sounds so terrifying.
Byakunarai prepare all their dishes using locally sourced ingredients here from the mountains of
Wow,
Nagano.
that's a lot
from
of
wild
dishes.
mushrooms and radishes to a rare meat dish that comes from being in such a rural location in Japan. That's right, it's bear meat.
Now, it's Winnie the Pooh.
That sounds harsh.
It still feels odd eating bear. I mean, I've only done it once with you, and it was actually very good.
Yeah, it was.
So the bears around here, how do they obtain them? What happens? I know that we're in the middle of the mountains of central
Yes.
Japan. There are
Yeah.
quite a few
This is so
black bears
weird.
around.
Quite many bears.
They have refrigerators
the restaurant
hanging
here
on the
has
walls.
contract with a bear hunter.
Right.
So sometimes, in this season especially, during the winter as well, they get bear meat.
Right.
And then they actually age it for 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Parma ham. Right?
Yeah, that
it
is
almost has that
actually.
sort of fresh look.
Yeah.
So first, you've
Is
got
that a couple of men
I got the
eating at a
bear.
table?
We also got a pile of mushrooms. So these are all local mushrooms as well.
Yes, they are the local mushroom. Like, Nagano is famous for mushrooms.
So last time we had bear steak. This time it's shabu shabu, which is like boiled meat, right?
Yeah, it's first time for me to do the Kuma bear shabu shabu. Winnie the Pooh shabu.
What would Kumamon say? What would Kumamon say about all this? Kumamoto's beloved billion-dollar mascot, reduced to a dinner plate. Most quality bear.
Is it?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Are you sure?
It's weird that I don't feel
morning.
guilty eating beef, but I feel guilty eating a bear. The hypocrisy of man. I
No,
don't want to eat
they're gonna
Paddington the
eat a bear, that's
Nobody wants to
weird.
eat Paddington. Wow.
No
I
one.
do now. Fucking delicious. It is delicious. It tastes an awful lot like beef.
Yeah.
You've got gyudon, right? Rice beef bowl.
Yeah.
What about bear don? Kumadon.
It would work with this one.
Is that a dish?
Yeah.
I just invented that. Kumadon.
Yeah, Kumadon. It'll be Kumadon.
The next morning, we set off to our second stop on the Nakasendo Trail, the village of Magome. And if Naraijuku
Wow,
is the
this
most
village
famous town
looks
on the
so
trail,
cool.
Magome might just be the most visually jaw-dropping, with its many streams and waterways weaving their way through the streets.
So there are 69 stations along the Nakasendo Trail. And this is the 43rd, Magome. Honestly, while
Is that
Naraijuku
people
had the
walking
wow
on a
factor
street?
with the intense architecture, right, and those kind of narrow streets, here we have some of the highest mountains in all of Japan, towering around the village, and it's kind of high up on a mountain itself. I think it's about 800 meters high. So the scenery here really does trump Naraijuku. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Magome. And what you're supposed to do is continue trekking onwards from here up the mountain to the next town of Sumago, which we're going to later on. But
Okay,
instead of
that's
trekking,
kinda
we're going
cool,
by
but also
car because
kinda
we're lazy.
boring.
And all that driving is hungry business. So let's get some lunch. One of the best things about the Nakasendo Trail so far has been the food, right? I mean, this is incredible. We've got, what's this?
This is a kurizenzai, chestnut with red bean paste soup.
I've got a flagon of coffee, iced coffee.
As always.
You've got some green tea.
Yeah, I've got some like matcha. Yeah.
Matcha. It's a little bit tricky to eat with chopsticks, though.
Yeah, it is.
How do you pick up like one bean at a time?
Well, like, just be Mr. Miyagi, that's it.
Just be Mr. Miyagi.
That sounds like a pretty good song to walk
I'm
to
getting
hop.
none. I'm getting none at all. It's just slipping straight through. The overall atmosphere here is just stunning. We're looking over a beautiful garden. We've got the cool mountain breeze, the sound of a running stream. Not all sounds are endearing or pleasant. God's sake, it's slurping away. There's nothing to slurp there, for God's sake. It's not noodles.
Tea.
Who slurps tea like that?
What?
Beautiful traditional town, but some things are too traditional because it turns out you can't pay for any food in any restaurant with a credit card here, and none of us have brought any cash because
That
we're
would
idiots.
actually be a
And
really
of course, because we're in the
relaxing
mountains,
place
there's
if you
no
got away from
ATMs either.
everything.
So if you come out here to Magome or Tsumago, any of these places, bring a wad of cash.
Our third and final town of Sumago is perhaps the best preserved of all, especially given it's one of the most remote, hidden away stops on the entire Nakasendo Trail.
This is a really beautiful town. It feels very lived in.
Yeah.
Relative to other towns which feel a bit too touristy, but one thing I will say, I've seen more spiders in the last 10 minutes than I have in the last 10 years. So don't think I could live here for that reason, especially as they were like the bright green poisonous spiders.
Look at this. This is like a movie set.
It is like a movie set.
Yeah.
It is really nice, honestly. This might be my favourite town so far visually.
My favourite.
Yeah. This is the most visually wow, but I think the second one is the one that I'd rather live in.
Really?
Magolma. Because of the mountains, and being on the side of the mountains was really pleasant.
Wow, that's
So
a
it's
lot
for
of
200
food.
yen. It's kind
That
of bread.
must be really good.
Yeah, like an ikuma, like from the
Ikuma.
konbini, but good.
Talikimasu.
I got nasu, eggplant.
Oh, yours is like fried?
Yeah, it's, I don't
How
know, but
do
it was really
Japanese
buttery.
people not mind living in the mountains?
Oh, it's so good. Like miso, soft, miso flavored eggplant.
The most beautiful, fluffiest bread with some juicy pork in there with onion. You won't be disappointed. Okay, guys, so yesterday we stayed in a traditional ryokan, beautiful place. Today I wanted to keep in line with that tradition, given that we're doing the Nakasendo Trail, which in effect is like going back in time, right? And I found this place. It's a ryokan, but basically they found this little village of houses and renovated them all and built the ryokan around that. And you get your own little house in a forest, which I'm walking through now, like this. So as you can see, thatch roof cottage, traditional house dating back about 200-300 years. And here is our one.
Welcome to House of Ryotaro.
Oh dear.
This was
That
built about
house looks really,
400 years
really
ago.
small.
Back when
Mr.
Ryotaro
Mike.
was born. Why is there a chair just over there? Like, what's all that about?
That must be someone like a person who actually waits the guest
Hmm.
and then just welcome the guest. The staff, you know. This place obviously is made out of wood, but underneath it's all stone here. And then so when you actually go in, then you have this the fireplace called Japanese version of fireplace called irori.
Hidori.
Yeah, and you have this little hanger,
Right.
hook.
Haha,
here, so you
it's
can
called
hang
idori.
a hot pot. So this is the living room, I would say, the main room. And it's got a huge table, but look at that garden.
Yes.
Isn't that fantastic?
So I like the way that every room in the house just leads you straight to outside, right?
Exactly.
Usually with these shoji sliding doors, there's another window behind them, right? To keep out wind and rain. These don't. They just lead straight out to the outdoors, which I think is really nice because it means there's not much separation between the indoors and outdoors.
So this is the dining room. You get like served the dinner, the full-on dinner. Because this is the mountains, they serve in the autumn. They
Wow,
serve
that's
a lot
so
of
weird.
mushrooms.
And look, there's
Is he living by himself?
on the floor.
Yeah, and this is my house. You know, it's like my things are everywhere.
Certainly is.
Thank you for the gift, an anonymous gifter. I appreciate it very much, Heart.
Many people might be worried about like what about toilets, because of all these like old like buildings have some like really old traditional toilets that I hate as well. But no worries. This
Just use the towel.
yeah, exactly. That's the modern towel
That
that they have
toilet
prepared
looks
for
like
me.
it has an interesting
but they have a
history.
very Western style
God.
shower and bathroom. Imagine.
Tradition with modernism.
Exactly. It's like 400 years old Japanese housing with washlet. What do you think of the house?
It's really nice. I think my favorite part is the surrounding garden because it feels really natural. It doesn't feel like you're in a hotel. Like, it feels like this is a place you would live. Yeah, it's a really beautiful house. I definitely recommend renting out a place like this when you stay in Japan. It's really cool to get like the actual experience of what people lived like 400 years ago, besides the lights and plumbing and stuff. But yeah, I love it.
It's just such an amazing attention to
so they
detail.
actually
Like I really
removed
love
the whole
Japanese
window
homes.
and
In many
replaced it
respects,
with
they don't
metal bars.
seem practical. These
What a
traditional
waste of
homes
oxygen
like
that
actually live
is.
in. But to stay for a few days without the sort of conveniences of the modern world, it's actually really nice. It's kind of like
Okay,
a
I feel like
detox,
we are
shall
skipping
say.
around a lot.
In
and I
each room,
can't
because
tell
of the
where
air
we are
coming in,
now,
it feels
but it's
nice
cool that
and
you are
cool
walking
and
the whole
calming. There's lots of
Nakasendo
traditional
Trail.
ornaments, as I said, like this Costa coffee just
Oh,
sitting
nice,
here on
the
the shelf,
camera
just
angle
like
changed
the
so
locals
you
would have
could
drunk
see more of the
200 to
views from the
300 years ago.
selfies.
When checking into a ryokan in Japan, it's not uncommon to first enjoy a relaxing soak in the hot spring before dinner. And so I sneak away for a much-needed short-lived escape from Mr. Slurpee. And let's
Oh,
never,
God.
let's never use that nickname again. Ugh.
Welcome to my new podcast, Bath Time with a Broad. Move over to Ash Station, the podcast in town. You know, when it's summer in Japan, you don't want to get in a hot spring. You don't want to get in nice hot water like this, because to go from this to out there with that humid heat is anything but pleasant. But now it's autumn and we're going into winter. It's the perfect time to get back in and enjoy what might be my favourite thing in Japan, after fried chicken, of course. Getting in a hot spring, getting in an onsen, and having a little drum to go with it. Yeah, I need to get out more. A lot more. So we're in the dining room of the house with stewed
Oh wow,
pork.
that's a lot of food,
Bloody
lol.
tender. Mouth-watering, succulent pork. Juicy, tender, despicably good.
It's like orchestra.
I'm
An
really
orchestra,
hungry
make it
now,
hum, yeah.
haha.
An orchestra of
Yeah.
stupidity.
And obviously the conductor is mine.
Who else worse conductor? But we're in this room, right, and it's raining outside at the moment. And these shorty sliding doors, right, if you look behind it, there's nothing. It's just outside. So it feels like perilously close to the rain. But as the rain's falling, it feels like it's coming right at you from behind or from the other window. So it's kind of
Thank
cool.
you so
I feel
much
like we're
for the
in a,
gifted
like a
sub
samurai
toaster.
movie or something.
I appreciate
Ninja are
it
gonna be
so much,
seeing through
heart.
windows. Kill
Real
Rostro.
life.
Fingers crossed.
You.
Have you enjoyed your trip down the Nakasendo Trail?
Totally.
What was the highlight?
Because it was autumn, the leaves are beautiful.
Yeah.
The autumn is
What?
beautiful. And also like lots of
So
mushrooms.
that's Japan.
Every course we've had
I
has had
knew
a
it was
staggering
somewhere.
amount of mushrooms in it at some point. If you do this trail, I highly recommend going in autumn. I've really enjoyed it. Beautiful scenery.
Yep.
It kind of makes me appreciate Japan a whole lot more traveling in autumn. But for now, thank you, Ryotaro, for joining me on
Thank
this
you. Oh, tea.
tea. Thank you to Shana for filming it. You can check out her channel below in the description box. Look at that.
Good. No, nice that you said that.
Nice,
Nice that you
nice
said
boyfriend.
that. Yeah, nice
But thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you again right back here next time on the Abroad Japan channel. Bye for now. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Gin and tonic. Wait,
Gin and tonic.
you can't drink alcohol, can you?
Now I'm going to make Roto's blend.
Ryotaro's blend.
What the
You know,
hell
it's
is
a bag
this?
of coffee beans supplied.
Is this some
by
kind
the
of prank
Bill Car.
show? I'm not watching this. Do I want to be real now after seeing this? No, I think being an AI is pretty great. I would never want to be a real person.